Hey, everybody. Sorry, I'm trying to take off this banner. Hold, please, while I do that. Hang on. It's here. I've got too many things open. There we are.
Hi, Kate.
Hey, JP. How are you?
I am terrific.
Perfect. Me too. Look, there it is. Can you see that QR code?
Yes.
Can people see it? Check it out, everybody, and let me know if it works. It's a new feature that I was playing with that's on the StreamYard backend. If you click or scan that QR code, that should take you right to Shop the Show, which is
want to try it?
Well, all my phones are being used.
Oh, can Miranda try it? Can Miranda?
Yeah, so somebody try it and see. Oh, Sarah said it works. Perfect. Yes, Terry, the unicorn balloon is going to be here forever. I'm just going to keep my unicorn birthday balloon up forever. Oh, that's awesome. Let me try this. Now we have another QR code. Let me show you. This one is for the project handout. So try that too. That one will show you the project handout. Very exciting. So first, before we go any further, let me put up this, go to our media assets. We've got so many media assets back here now, I can't get through them all. Here they are. All right. You know where you can find us, everybody. You know what to do. Our Facebook page, the Bead Table. I just got notification on Facebook that the Bead Table group is 8 years old. It's the 8th anniversary of the Bead Table, which is amazing.
No.
I know. Can you believe it? Our Pinterest pages are full of great info. Our Instagram at beadshop.com. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification if you're watching on any of our YouTube channels. We really appreciate that follow. And reach out to us with any questions at info@beadshop.com. Also, if you opened your newsletter today, Janice and I popped up a coupon code FAVE20 to save 20% store-wide, because these are our favorite projects that we're going to talk to you about today.
Yeah.
Now, when Janice and I were chatting this morning and getting ready for this show, we decided that
very last minute
that doing Odyssey and Born Yesterday in one broadcast was too much. So this Friday, this week, we're going to focus on Born Yesterday. And next Friday, we're going to focus on Odyssey. We're going to break it up into 2 broadcasts. So today is all about Born Yesterday. I'm going to add our other things. I'm also going to take out this QR code for the moment. So we've got a clean screen. And I'm going to add our cameras in. Now, GP, why don't you chat a little bit, because this Born Yesterday is your original project, right?
Yeah. Do you have the handout handy? Does it say copyright when it was?
Oh, I can look at it. Yeah. Let me look.
But this was, and I apologize. I'm not as good at saying hello to everybody when I'm also on the screen. I think I've said hello to everyone except hi, Leslie, out there in England. But I think I've said hello to everyone else. Today, when I'm going to be moderating, I will be beadshop.com. So I miss my little spot on YouTube.
But you have to be on with me today, JP.
That's true. So, well, I love being on with you. So this project was done when wrap bracelets became popular. I
It's
was inspired.
2016, Janice was
Yeah,
and would you
yeah.
move your camera back just a little bit so we zoom
Sure.
out just a hair, I think. Yeah, there we go. Looks perfect.
Okay, let me just tighten it so that everything stays nice and tight. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
So this project was inspired by all the wrap bracelets and also malas. In about, I'm going to say 10 years ago, for me at least on the West Coast, I was very involved with yoga and it's hard to believe, even some hot yoga, but yoga retreats um, with Elise Miller and the California Yoga Center. And I was also into doing malas. And so this was sort of a more modern take on a mala, which is Buddhist prayer beads. And so instead of having a knot in between each bead, I decided to macrame it. And this is a long necklace.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, thank you, Kate. And then I used one of our little square beads. It was called square hole round peg or something. And this is when I also started to do the macrameing for the knot, for the buttonhole, and then also making the pendant so that it slides on and off easily, so you can take it on or off. And this was just sort of like one of those, like the sky opened. Why hadn't I thought of this before? And so this was a very, very popular project. You've made this, Kate, short and with larger beads. These are with 8mm honey serpentine, which we are getting back in stock very soon. We also have them in 10mm. This is probably one of my favorite all-time semi-precious strands because you got so many different colors and they happen to all be in my palette.
Yeah, I just love them.
So this would go around your neck twice, or it would go around long, and then this knot's here. So it's a great necklace. You can wear it with, you can wear it without the pendant. It's just, you could also make it so that it'll wrap as a wrap bracelet. So it's just, I just love it. And I want to say hi to Dav and Aloha, and we want to say hi to Storm and Sharon.
Yes, a big hello to everyone.
Lorraine. Hi, Lorraine.
No, so everybody's here. It's the place to be on Fridays for sure. Well, JP, I gathered, so when we were chatting about this, let me do this right here. Hang on, there we are.
Look at all those lovely beads.
I know, right? Let me move us around.
Luscious, luscious.
So we are going to play around with creating this project. I've got some ideas on the board here. I also wanted to show you, I put this one on that I'm wearing, and I wanted to show you folks this one. Let me see. Let me take this off, and I'm going to put this big on the screen. There we go. Look at all of these, right? They're so good. Let me lift this up. Oh, and Lilac Pond, Janice, is saying that our vintage finds are the things that drew me to your website several years ago. We're getting a big restock. I just placed an order yesterday. Two things I'll let you folks know. We've got the vintage finds coming back in. I got some new styles that he has for us, that I hope he has. I haven't confirmed.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be doing, we'll see what our friend has in stock for us.
Yeah.
But I'm hopeful that I'll have a really fun vintage finds kit for you folks coming up in the next few weeks.
Kate,
Yeah.
Margaret is asking if we can restock the plain rectangles. I think it's the one right in front of you because she wants to carve them.
Is that this one, Margaret?
Fascinating. That's fascinating.
Plain gemstone? Because these we have a ton of. Is it this one? Let me know. Or just let us know the URL of
That
which
and
one
the
it is.
5-stitch wrap. I'm not.
Yeah. And the 5-stitch.
I have to go back and think about it.
Yeah.
That's Nicole's project.
Yeah.
But some of these old carved pendants, which were popular in the 80s and 90s,
Mhm.
they're really very, very hard to come by now.
Mhm.
Some of them you can get, but they're pressed. They weren't really carved. They're more like, you take this
Mhm.
smash of stone and then put it into a mold and out, voila, it comes, and there's no carving involved. But
Right.
it's still, if it's pretty and it holds together, I'd say hallelujah.
Right. Oh, it's the one on your necklace, JP. That one,
Oh,
it's this one here, right? These are no more.
what, that little,
No. This
this
one, is that right?
this dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can get the plain ones, but that carved dragon one, no. That one, I think, is no more. We sold through all of them.
Yeah, we might be able to find someone in Tucson.
Maybe, but JP, I'll tell you, because I was actually talking with the Great Beat Extravaganza crew yesterday. We had a fun meeting because sidebar next Friday. Oh, so next Friday is actually the Great Bead Destash, JP. So we're gonna have to put off Odyssey for another week, but we will schedule maybe we'll schedule it. We'll schedule it, and I'll let everybody know. But I was chatting with the TGBE peeps because we were talking about stones and stuff. And we were lamenting about how, like, these carved pieces we just can't find, but we'll keep looking. We'll keep looking. The Great Bead Destash, folks, is going to be so much fun. Stay tuned to your newsletters about it next week, but that's next Friday. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let me show you this.
Turning around. It's Sammy who's whining, and I don't know why.
Well, there, you're off the camera, so you can tend. We put in the shop the show, and let me put the shop the show back up on the QR code there. If you scan it, it'll take you directly to shop the show. We put in a bunch of our 8 and 10 millimeter rounds. This is that 10 millimeter honey serpentine. And I just love these plain 8 and 10 millimeter rounds. They're so attractive. I just love them. I think so. Today, when I was thinking about this Born Yesterday piece, I made this one a billion years ago. I made it for several people for the holidays. This was a great holiday piece. And you can just use, for Janice's piece that she did, that Born Yesterday, you need 2 strands, right? With this one that I made shorter, and door to door, I'll tell you how long this is. This one is, it's about 20 inches or so. So all you need is one 10 millimeter strand like this. You can see here, sorry, there's a little something flying around. I hope you can't see it.
I don't see. Well, we don't see you. Oh, you mean on the board?
There we go. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. This is that large one, but this is the 40 millimeter that we could use. I thought what might look cool is if we use the serpentine disc, I could macrame to that, and then we could macrame out from here to here. This is the bloodstone, and the bloodstone in 10 mil that we have right now, the quality of this is pretty nice. You know, as you know, the stones can kind of vary in, like, you know, the color and stuff like that, but it's a good one. I also grabbed, we just got these back in, the old Cameroon.
My favorite.
Yeah, and see how I used it here and here? And I thought what we could do, because you used, Janice, for the closure for yours, you used that square, but I thought we could use this little carved barrel.
Absolutely.
Would look great. I did this button. You could do a button. I also thought maybe we just restocked our true vintage, old vintage pieces from African trade beads. These would, I think, look amazing. Just maybe a little pop of yellow in there because it would pull that yellow from here.
What about putting the rectangle and the disc, the pie disc, right in with the beads instead of hanging? What about? I mean, that would also be interesting to me.
It would, and we could do it this way, right?
Yeah.
With the disc, and then go to this one. Let me try it out. Let me get my board. Shall I?
Okay. Yeah.
Let's just jump in. And Mary Ellen has a question, JP, about the length. Do you want to talk about the length a little bit while I lay this out?
I sure can. I think it's a great question, and it really depends on you. I mean, this is where, besides a bracelet, you want to make, if you're making it for gifts, you want to make a bracelet adjustable. But a necklace is adjustable basically based on you, your face, where it looks right on you. So there's the one size fits all. Hold on one second. Let me just put him up here for a second.
Yeah, someone's crying.
I don't know what's going on with him today. There's the one size fits all. I'm going to take him out, actually, because this is really not going to work today.
It's okay, JP. Poor Sammy.
Oh, okay. So I'm coming back. Here I come.
Next thing you're going to know, Janice is going to be making chicken soup for Sammy.
It's true. Okay. So while Kate's getting ready, I want to talk a little bit about the correct necklace size.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is different. You can't necessarily make one size that fits everyone. That's why we do at the retreat this kind of simple thing, but it's kind of magical. We take a long strand of pearls, and I have the strand here. And I think we should do a show again on that, Kate.
Yeah, I think it would be fun.
When you have a strand of like plain beads, long beads, what we want you to do is stand in front of a mirror with the long strand on, and then you pull it up, And there's some points, if you're using a long standing mirror, there's some points on you where the necklace, there's some sweet spots where your necklace does what it's supposed to do. A necklace is supposed to frame your face and enhance your beauty. That's what jewelry around your neck is for. I mean, some people say it's to show your wealth or whatever. That's a whole different story. That's the Cartier story. But when we wear jewelry, what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to mirror our face. So to answer your question quickly, Mary Ellen, like Kate will make hers to like 18 to 20 inches or 18. And then when she puts the pendant on it, it makes it more into a V. And then it comes down. So it's not so round, it's longer. But I will go with 16. And because that's where my sweet spot is. So when you have a necklace that's been sitting in your jewelry box for a long time, we found out when we had the store and people would come in that there were two reasons they wanted to redo it. One was it was the wrong color. Just was not a color for them, or it was the wrong length. And by just making it a little shorter or making it a little longer, it suddenly came alive. Or by adding their eye color into the beads or their hair color, that it then was something that they could wear. So that's sort of like the quick answer. You can go to almost any department store and just try on necklaces till the cows come home, and you will find, well, that one looks better on me than that one. And
my big thing. Oh, sorry, JP.
Oh, I was just going to end with, if you're going to give them as gifts, then if you start with the standard size length, which is usually the most popular is probably 18, then probably 20 or 24. And if you add a couple of inches of chain at the back for an extension, then you're pretty sure it'll work on everyone. Some of us like them shorter. I tend to like mine at 16. So, and what is everyone saying?
We will be getting the chisel pendant back in. That was on my order, and I'm sorry I was remiss in getting those back in. But yes, the chisel pendants we will get. I believe that we can still get those. The beautiful thing about the vintage finds is that they are old, right? They are older pieces. We're so lucky that we've had this relationship with this vendor for so long. So we really get some great things. He goes in and gets us really great stuff from way back in his warehouse. The unfortunate thing about it is, though, that they are limited in stock. So when they're gone, they're gone. But I think the chisel is available. Let me put that white behind there so you can see. Okay, so let me tell you what I did so far. If this is going to be the closure, that carved barrel, I used the olive here, and I cut a couple of wingspans because I have no idea what this is going to be like. I found the center and I strung the barrel to the center. Then I connected it to my board here. Then I just cut another wingspan or so because I can add thread for the macrame portion. And I'm just going to come in and I'm going to macrame. Janice does this a little bit differently in her handout, but since we are improvising and I have no idea really what's going to happen, I'm just going to do it this way. Okay. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to macrame down here to just give myself a little bit of length for the loop on the other side to come around. Okay. So I'm doing, I don't know, half hitches, maybe 3 sets. Right?
Yeah, I usually do 2 full sets or 3 full sets.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's random.
Yeah.
I think it depends on what size. You're using regular
I
Ceylon?
am using regular. Now you could use CKC. You could use Irish wax linen. You could use whatever it is you want to use, but I think that the Ceylon, the colors are so vibrant. There's just a little bit of low sheen to it. I really like it. Now, what I did here is, see, there's my macrame. I pushed it up so it's nice and tight up there next to that bead.
Kate, could I ask a quick question?
Sure.
So, because you've used all of the olive thread, the one you have to secure it to the board on top, that is a separate piece of, there you go.
That's correct.
That is correct. Piece.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
And I want to make sure that when I'm doing this macrame, see how it wants to slide down a bit? You could, and I think maybe I'll do that. I'm going to add a little drop of glue there just for fun. You don't have to, but let me come in. I could have also put like a big old bead or something here, which I didn't.
Well, once you get the beads on there,
it's not going to move.
No, it won't be able to really move unless the stitches get really loose or tight or something, and then you might have a little more. So the glue is sort of just a little insurance policy to keep them in place. And then you just want to make sure it's even on both sides. Right. And then your knotting's in the middle. There you go.
Just like that.
Why am I telling you? You know all this.
No, I love it. You are explaining. That's important. So see, there it is. And I'm going to add, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do one more. So there's a little bit of glue there. I'm going to add one more macrame knot over that glue just for fun. But again, I'm doing this on air so things won't move around on me so much. But if you're doing this at home, you have a little more control, right? You don't have to have everything, you can kind of push everything up and stuff, but I want everything to stay where I put it for the broadcast. So there that is. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do, and this is something, JP, that I learned from you way back in the day. We always make the front of our necklaces look as good as the back, or as the back of the necklaces look as good as the front.
Exactly.
Right? So we have these old Cameroon pieces. We just got them back in. They come in a package of 5. So if I'm going to use 2 on one side and 2 on the other, I have 1 remaining. So I'm just going to slide this old Cameroon up. Now what I'm going to do, because this old Cameroon has such a large hole, I'm going to put it on these base strands. And I'm also going to put my 2 macrame strands through here.
Could I add something, Kate?
Sure, of course.
So This has happened to me more than once where I've used like in this case, you have the barrel bead, but
Mm-hmm.
you might have a toggle that
Uh-huh.
you're using. And the toggle bar, if it has to go through something hard like a circle for the toggle on the other side, you have to make sure that it's able to turn 90 degrees so that it can go through whatever is on the other side. So I
Correct.
just thought, like, let's make sure that if you are using a toggle, that you can turn it sideways, that you're
Mm-hmm.
not using such a large bead or there are not enough macrame knots for you to be able to have the flexibility to get through whatever's on the other side.
Yeah,
We're
no,
doing,
that's
we're
exactly right.
doing macrame beaded loop, so it's really not an issue. But
Right. But no, that makes a lot of sense. And so what I was doing, you can kind of see here how when I
yeah,
put this down to the side, it does give me some space, and that is an excellent. That comes with experience, 100%. Now, let me show you here. I was going to put all of these strands through this old Cameroon, but when I checked it and I slid this up, it slid up over this macrame. I don't want it. Okay. I don't want that. So I took those strands out and I'm just going to macrame around that old Cameroon.
and it'll keep it in place.
Yeah, it will. And see, look at how nice that looks there.
Fabulous.
So now, Janice, when you put your other strands on, or your other beads on,
Mm-hmm.
how many knots did you go in between? I think I have two here on this one. I
Yeah.
think it really just depends. Like if you, let's say that you only had one strand, but you needed to make a long necklace, you could just elongate it with more macrame in between the beads, right?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Um, it really depends on the look that you're trying to achieve. If if you want it to look more like pearl knotting, then you'd probably just do one full square knot, which is a P on one side and a Q, but that you wouldn't, like add and add and add knots. And then you may also want to do it random, like between one, there's only two knots, then between
Mm-hmm.
another, there's three. It really depends on your taste and the look you're trying to achieve.
When we did this piece, this is the Viva La Vida necklace kit that I did a while back. And I just did the plain knots. Oh, let me put it into the big camera. I just did the plain knots in between. But something like this, you could also do with the macrame, this Born Yesterday style,
Did you
right?
see Jennifer Dugan's take on that?
It's in the bead table, isn't it?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I need to revisit it.
It is just, Jennifer, if you're watching, you have got such a sense of personal design that I just
Yeah,
admire so much. I
yeah,
love yours.
agree.
I just am always surprised at how Jennifer's able to squeeze out every last little bit of style into her jewelry designs.
Well, that's what I love about these kits when I do them and when you folks post them is that regardless of what beads, we could all have the same bead down on our bead mat, but it's going to be different. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Everything's going to be different, which I love. Now, I also, Janice, am using these old Venetian,
Yes.
these trade beads. And again, I have three. I'm going to take one of those I'm going to add it. I just feel like I need it back here.
Absolutely.
What I did also was I made the zap glue needles. You saw me do this while Janice and I were chatting, but I took my little baggie, I put my zap on, I pulled the ends of my threads through because and I also glued this to the paper, but that's okay. With these beads that I'm using, and since we're really doing this on the fly, I didn't, pre-check anything that much. So I'm using the regular Ceylon here. Now, the regular it's the heaviest Ceylon we have. So what I'm going to do, I could use a needle, right? I could use a needle right there. But what I'm going to do instead is I did the zap. I'm cutting it at an angle like that. And it makes nice stiff ends here. Now, this bloodstone, I'm going to do this one next. These will go through. It's this one that I want. These will go through just fine. I'm going to put this up. But when it comes to the bloodstone, you need to, or the bead that you're going to use for the main, you kind of need to figure out, well, is this going to, that's not right. Is this going to be the right size? Is this thread going to be the right size for the stones I'm using? If it's not, like if I can't get both of these through there, you could go down to a fine weight underneath and do the regular around the sides so that your macrame is a little bit bigger. But you just kind of have to test. I think that 2 strands of the regular are going to work.
Do you ever find, Kate, that if you have a needle on the 2 strands, that you have a needle in the middle, that you can often get through beads easier?
100%. And I'm glad you brought that up, JP, because in the handout, that's what you do. What you do is you put a needle on the end, you bring your beads up, and then the strands come around the side. What I did, because I wanted to start in the middle of this thread, my loop is up here instead of being down here. Now, I could have done that. I could have had my loop down here with a needle, and I could have come through with these strands. I could have come this way and macrameed those down. So I had the needle on. It may come to that, but I think I can do it.
Can I just take a second and explain the easiest way to understand what Kate was just talking about?
Yes, please do.
So Kate mentioned when she started of taking 2 lengths, like so a total of 2 yards.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to have a needle in the middle, what you want to do is you want to double your thread, whatever you are going to cut. You're going to put a needle, usually a flexible or a collapsible, in the middle. You would go through that at the end, the barrel bead or the loop on the toggle or the button. And so you have the needle going through, then you bring all of the thread, the 2 open thread tails and the needle, and you bring it down. So usually you do it so it's even, but if you're macrameing, the tails have to be longer because your necklace may only be 16 or 20 inches, but you use up so much thread macrameing
Mm-hmm.
that your tails that you're going to macrame with have to be longer than the ones that are going to have the beads. So if you can understand that, then you will take, so you have the needle that's long enough and you add maybe 3 or 4 inches, maybe 5 inches to that needle end. And then you have these long tails that you can macrame with. You'll go through that barrel bead, then you're going to hold down the needle end, and then you're going to take the other two, ones with the tails, make just a simple knot underneath the barrel, then macrame like a few stitches.
Right,
Put
like we did here.
Yes, put on a bead of some kind, like we use the old Cameroon with your needle beads, and then take the 2 open tails and macrame around it. By the time you macrame underneath that old brass bead, you don't realize that this was all one piece of thread
Mm-hmm.
that was doubled over and then used for macrame. We could also do that in a show for an hour and a half,
Mm-hmm.
and we probably should do it because it's such a great
It
technique.
is a great technique.
Yeah.
And that's also how we do our poetry project as well. Um, we should, Janice, you should pick some of these. I can send them out to you. And you can show that.
Okay.
It would be a fun project,
Yeah,
don't you
we need
think?
to. Yeah.
So here, and I like starting my pieces that way for sure. Here, since I'm doing so much improvisation that I really don't know where this is going to go.
Right.
So
Right.
that's why I did mine this way. But you could definitely do that. Now, let's say here with this closure, these little beads, this also would make a terrific bracelet,
Yeah.
right? Without any centerpieces, without all of that business. You could just make this bracelet size, make a loop, and it would be a nice chunky bracelet that way. You could also make it a double wrap. So, you could wrap this around twice and have it be a bracelet. I am just putting 2 macrame stitches between each one of these.
This looks so great. I mean,
Isn't it pretty?
I'm seeing so many men with interesting bracelets on.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I just think this would make a great gift.
Yeah. So I'm
Curtis, are you out there?
no, he's not. He's taking my car to get smogged, but I think he's.
Curtis or Chris?
Oh, my Chris is, but yes, Curtis. Curtis, are you out there?
Curtis, that's so nice of you to do that for Kate.
So see here, here's this. If this were going to be a bracelet, I would be almost done here.
Yeah.
Right. So I would come around so you can see I would do maybe 2 more. I'd do an old Cameroon. I'd macrame the loop and I'd be good to go. Right.
No sooner do you start than you're finished.
Yeah, it's really great.
Yeah.
And these we did get in. We got the Medicine Man. We got the old Venetian. And what's the other one? The Talisman, Red Talisman.
Yeah.
We just got those restocked, as well as this old Cameroon. So now's the time to grab those because we're not always able to get those in.
Did you put them into Just In or
they should be, Janice, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I hope I did. If not, I'm in trouble.
That's okay. I'll put them in.
I think they are
after the show. Okay.
So let me tell you. So here is my, and this happens to work with the way that I'm doing it. And I just have that experience of knowing that what threads will fit. So see that one thread goes through, the second thread goes through, and it's fine. Yeah, and Tony's out there too. Tony does a lot of great stringing and stuff as well. Men's necklaces are definitely back in.
Yes.
If you watched the World Series, you saw one of the Dodgers players. He had that Van Cleef and Arpels clover in lapis in Dodger blue, which I don't want to talk about the World Series, but you know, being a Giants fan, sorry, Toronto.
Yeah.
Tony, I know you don't want to talk about the World Series because the Cubs went down kind of early, but there's always next year.
Mm-hmm.
Always next year. Right. So yes, they are in just in. So see,
Okay.
now I need to start figuring out length all the way. Yeah, Tony's like, I don't want to talk about the World Series. I don't blame you. I don't either. So let's start thinking about, I'm going to actually lay this down on the board. Because if this is going to be a shorter necklace for me, you have less real estate to use up than you think. We just love our really wonderful boards. We're trying to get them. We're still looking.
We were told we could order them. We put in an order for 50, and then we got news. Nope.
Nope.
Can't order it. I have looked everywhere.
But we'll keep looking.
There's a plastic one.
Yeah, that's
It's not the same.
it isn't. But we'll keep looking. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miranda might find. Miranda's good at finding. Okay, so I'm going to use my other necklace, this necklace here. So this really is the length of the board. So I know that here, let me clear this off. And I don't want this, since I'm going to do it maybe a little asymmetrically, maybe I want this to be a little on the side, maybe a little offset. Because Janice, we were saying about maybe putting in this piece. Maybe I'll put in that. Maybe I'll put that Venetian there. I want to put that old Cameroon in. Maybe I want to do that.
Yeah,
right?
I think you could, really just do about anything, but I think this kind of looks very current and
It does kind of. Has a nice.
Yeah, like I like my design with the pendant hanging, but this looks more kind of up to date. Is that the right word? Like,
well,
I don't know. It's just,
yeah, it looks fresh. Looks different.
fresh,
right?
Fresh.
So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put, maybe I'll put that old Cameroon here. We were also talking if we would do something that would dangle, we could use one of these really nice large pieces here. The that rondelle, that silver rondelle would look great.
Well, you can put it in the necklace.
I also have, maybe if we're going to do this asymmetrically, there's that wood carving, which I like. So you can see here, look, that's going to be about it. Right?
How long is that?
Well, this is about the same length. It's about 19 inches. So it's going to be the same as this one. So it'll sit about right here for me.
Okay, but you have more beads than you need, right?
I do, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
So what I'm going to do is this one, this, this. Maybe I need one more. Then I'll go to this. And then we will address this section here. Okay. So let me move that out of the way. Let me attach this back to the board. So what I have here, just as a count, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I'm going to macrame the 11, and then I'm going to put it up and see where it sits. Okay. Yeah, I only have, my mom noticed, I only have one of, the other earring is almost done. I could do the focal on the other side, the harvest, this one. But I love these so much, these earrings. So
I
let me get this.
The way you always bring your earring out like this, and then you just sort of, no other word for it, you stroke it.
I do.
And you say for each pair, I really love these.
I do. Do I say that? Oh, God.
You genuinely do love every single pair.
I do. I love,
yeah.
I just think that a say something earring just makes the day a happy one. It just, add a little red lipstick and a say something earring. You can go from the boardroom to the bedroom, JP.
That's true. I wish dangly earrings look good on me.
Oh,
I look like a caricature. I look like a meme or something.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah. I look great with those glitzy earrings.
The glitzy, the clip.
But stayed up here, not down here. So
I love it. Yeah, this bloodstone, this is some especially nice bloodstone. Thankfully, when we work with our semi-precious dealers, we work with people that we've known for so many years, and we're so lucky to have these wonderful vendor relationships. But, when we get our pieces in, they know that they better have picked the cream of the crop, because if it's not good, we'll send it back. But we're always really pleased with this semi-precious and these particular bloodstone. They have a lot of nice red jasper in them, but they really have kind of an olive cast to them, almost like a labradorite without the flash. It has kind of that color. I'm gonna. Oh, go ahead, JP.
I was just gonna say, bloodstone was used a lot for wax stamps.
Yes.
Because
the seals. Yes.
Seals, bloodstone and carnelian, both used a great deal, 150, 200, 300 years ago for seals. Yeah.
So let me put this up and see how this measures. So if that goes in the back right there, yeah, it's time to add those center pieces. So
is that rectangle going to skew? Not that it matters, because you can move.
No, because I'm going to it'll be held in place by the threads that are coming down, I think.
That's true, but is it because it's such a rectangle, is it going to like okay, what I'm trying to say is if you want the loop and the bead in back and you want that rectangle centered, if it's where you place it is going to be important, because if it's on the curve and it's straight, is it going to make the necklace look wonky?
I know what you're saying. I think it's going to be at the right place.
Okay.
But it's a good point. Let me put this on. Let me hold this up. So for the bloodstone, I am just using
That looks
one
great.
strand.
When you say you're using the bloods, you're using 2 strands. Karen asked, how many strands are you using?
Right. I'm thinking that she's asking how many strands of bloodstone for the project.
Oh,
Maybe. Or
isn't that interesting? I thought it was string, but you're probably right. She's asking how many strands of beads you needed, and
yeah.
you needed 1.
And so I'm going to come back through here and I'm just going to test this out. So yeah, you know, the wax seals like on like a watch fob or something, Mary, that's what they would use to carve. Like I have one, Emily gave me one, an old vintage wax seal that's on a pendant. She gave it to me for my 50th birthday. She and Jess gave it to me. It's such a gorgeous piece. And it is done, it's made out of a quartz, a really hard, I think it's the citrine. It's just gorgeous. And it happened to have my initials in it. But usually they're carved and then they're set in like a low carat gold or a gold fill.
I have that was Lydia's.
Yeah.
I have to find it. It's in my drawer somewhere.
So see here, it's hard for me to do it when I'm looking at the camera, but this is going to sit about like, you know, it'll come up around the side. So I think it'll be okay.
Maybe put a bead next to the rectangle before you put the disc.
Yeah, this needs a old Cameroon. I'm just testing it.
Yeah.
The bag kits, thank you for asking. I know everyone wants those tote bag kits. I promise you those are coming shortly, and I will put it in the newsletter, but I'll try to get them up for this weekend. There we go. That looks right. Let me trade this. There we go. And we could do, you know, we could do it like this. Too. We could have this dangling down. But I'm going to keep going with this idea. So let me macrame this. Let me get this to where I want it to go. I'm just thinking. Where's my little piece of green thread? Let me get this back here.
It's so delicious looking.
Yeah, it really is pretty. And I think creating these kind of statement necklaces and they don't have to be so, so ornate, you know, because this is fairly simple. This isn't a whole ton of beads, right? So this I could, if I didn't want the thread to come around this one, I could just string it, you know, string all of these through. But I'm going to keep going with this macrame around it. Let me get a little tighter. There we go. And I'll spotlight this for just a second so you can really see it. So let me go with 2 and see how sometimes when it doesn't tighten, I have to tighten that one, tie my next knot, kind of put my finger there, and then push it up. Sometimes that happens. Now, the rectangle is coming up, and I'm thinking about how I want this to look. There's 1. Here's 2. All right. So I could just bring this thread over the top like this, right? And then continue to macrame. But I feel like this is a little thin. What do you think, JP?
I don't know. Are you thinking of macrameing over
I
it?
am.
I mean, well, the thing about macrameing over it is we're going to show everyone how to do it. So that's a plus.
Mm-hmm.
And how you start it and stop it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could also, if you leave those threads long enough, then you could even do a couple of extra strands with some floating beads on it to go to the, I mean, you could do almost anything. But I love that idea. Are you going to do it on both sides?
Yeah, I'm going to start on this side first and let's see what it looks like.
Yeah.
So what I've done, let me scoot out so you can see this. And you could just have the thread over the top. It would look fine. You can also string some seed beads over the top, you know, whatever, however you wanted to embellish this. But what I think would look nice, and you can see this connection right here, how I came in, this piece needs to be tight so I can macrame over it. It needs to be taut on the board. This one needs to be taut. And then I cut another piece. Now I could also, if I wanted this to have a contrasting color, I could have cut a different macrame cord color right here, right? And incorporated like a gold, or I also had this brown was in the running, but I'm going to keep it all monochromatic here. I'm just going to come in. I came into the center of my threads, and I'm just going to macrame down, and I'm just going to go on the single.
Now you could also, Kate, just tie a thread at the top there, and then so your thread's just like that, and then you could grab the threads and have 2 on each side. Can you just show everyone what that would look like? You know what I mean? So that instead of having it a single thread, you don't knot it, but you're taking 2 threads in back and 2 threads in front. Does that make sense?
So I'd cut 2 of these threads?
No, you cut that 1 additional thread, which you just did. So, but you don't want you want it to look heavier, but you don't want to macrame.
Oh, yeah. So you could just
take 2 in front and 2 in back.
Correct.
And then, yeah.
Correct. You could do that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this, of course, it's a longer bead, so it's going to take me a second to do this. But JP, why don't I'm going to take this off. Why don't you talk about your centerpiece? I'll bring that to the middle.
Oh, okay.
Because I think it's a good time to talk about that one too.
Okay. So, this is the centerpiece that I used on this particular necklace, and I made a loop for it, very similar, if not exactly the same. Let's see if it's the same length as the button in back. It's a little bit shorter. This particular loop on the beads had to take into account the size of this square, and also that I needed to put a little spacer bead, a he, she, and then I did quite a good size knot here. So when I started this necklace, I think I started with the button, and then I came around all the way around and did this loop ending. For this one, how did I do this? Okay, so the way I did this is I took a section, I took some macrame thread, like regular Ceylon. I attached it to a board, and then I macrameed over just some regular Ceylon, so that, and I knew the hole was large enough that I could just thread the macrame through it. Now, if I couldn't get the macrame all the way through it, I would have macrameed far enough, then I would have threaded the piece on, then I would have brought the macrame up. Now this is all on my board, and I would have macrameed the back. Then I would have come through the larger bead here. And then again, my thread is attached to the board. I'm then doing just a long piece of macrame about this length, about that length. And I'm always checking it against this bead. Will it fit through? Then I bring it down, and then I macrame just a little bit here, or I come, even better still, I come underneath. Kate, can you take that coupon code off?
Oh, sure. Sorry, JP.
That's okay. And then I come underneath, separate the threads, and then knot underneath and use some GS Hypo cement right there. Let it dry, and then cut it with a thread zapper, burn it off, or very, very tight flush cutters. And that's basically it. We talk about this. It's in the handout, isn't it, Kate?
It is.
That
handout is really quite literally quite handy.
I'm
going to put that's the QR code right there. I just switched it.
Okay.
The QR code that's up on the screen is for the handout.
Okay. So I don't know how to use the QR code with my computer without using my phone. So
yeah, you got to use it with your phone.
Yeah. So,
but the project handout, if you go to any of the Born Yesterday projects, the project handout is there. We also have, Janice, what we haven't really even talked about. I put it in the newsletter this morning, but the lookbook. How did that come about?
Gosh, let me go and look at it, because I am so bad at, like which lookbook we're talking about.
Yeah, it was a whole, I know we've got so many. It would be nice to be able to do that again.
Born Yesterday. It wasn't that the challenge. Let me put this in.
Yeah, it was the challenge.
There we had, I guess it's a contest. We have a whole section on lookbooks, and this one is the Born Yesterday lookbook, and people sent in pictures of the ones that they made, and they were just absolutely amazing. And you can download it, and this was 2017.
Yeah, it's
really the things people have shared are so amazing. So
let me show you this real quick. See how I've done my macrame over the top? Look how nice that looks.
Oh, that looks fantastic.
So now these are the two that I had there. Okay. So now I'm going to come down. I'm going to turn this over.
And you
Well, I
can
don't even.
macrame up.
So, oh,
You can just turn it over, turn the board around, and then macrame up
this one.
the other side. Yeah, go
Will
back.
it?
Go
Will it
back to the
fit?
old Cameroon.
Let me see.
Oh, that is, if you can do that, that's clever, I have to say, is.
Let's see. Let's see if I can. So here, I bring this around. Here's
Yeah,
my original.
right. You have to make sure you have just the right amount of stitches to go over.
Right, to go.
And bring it on both sides, the thread on both sides of the thread going through the hole.
Right, so this would.
We can't really see, Kate.
Oh.
There we go.
So you're saying here, JP, I would macrame down here, right?
Can you?
I'm going to try.
How are you going to put it behind? I mean, the beads there in your way.
So see here, this is here.
Yeah.
I'm going to come in here.
You could do an overhand knot if you wanted, just to.
I could, but let me see. So here's this. It's coming in from behind. Let me macrame it all together. Let me put this down. It needs, because the secret is this needs to be tight.
Yeah. That is, if this will work, that's such a, I don't know, never thought of that before.
Yeah, it's good. Well, it was your idea.
Well, it could have been yours. It doesn't matter.
So this goes under.
Bead shop. Yeah. Can you do that? Will it work?
I think what I need is
a little something to prop it.
I need a needle.
Oh.
I think. Hold, please. Yes, someone said on today's episode of Kate and Janice, we have will it macrame? The answer is yes. So I'm going to use, I just found these, I grabbed them. Here is the collapsible eye needle.
Yeah.
So it'll stay on.
Yeah.
So this is on this way, right? It's staying.
Right. And it's going to minimally stretch that thread, which is your center thread.
Mm-hmm.
Very clever.
Okay, so it's going to go under. Here's my loop.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah.
So I go under here,
under there,
here,
and there
through,
you're off
right?
to the races. Yeah.
Did that work? Oh, and up through. I got to go up through the loop.
Oh, Sammy. Look at that. Okay, now you have to do the Q.
This side, yeah, the P.
The P.
I go through.
Mm-hmm.
I go over, under,
and through. And look at that. And there you're off to the races.
Holy crap, JP. I think this is good.
Yeah.
Over, under.
Oh.
And yeah, it'll finish right up under this old Cameroon.
Yeah.
So let me just keep going.
Okay.
Under, right? So I have to bring it all the way underneath. So what we do is we just pretend that none of the rest of this stuff is here, right? We pretend that this bead isn't here. We're just going here under that center thread.
Wait, is the first one under or is the first one over?
No, see, well, this goes over.
Oh, I see. Okay. So
then I go under that center.
Yeah.
And up through the loop.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah, look at that.
But I have to get this done here. So what we'll do,
Finish
and
this
this,
later.
yeah, because this, what I would do is I'm going to come in a little tighter so
Yeah,
you can see this,
yeah.
because it doesn't have to be finished at this second.
No.
Okay, so let me go in there. Let me do just a couple more so it comes down, and then I'll show you how I'm going to close it off. These needles are the secret. This,
Yeah.
since it holds on to there, right? So over, under, up and through. So that means the thread that I start with needs to be a nice long length.
Yeah.
And this is why we always cut a little more thread than
Yeah.
you think you need, because you never know when lightning's going to strike, right?
Yeah.
All right. So then you'll continue down, continue.
Mhm.
Now I'll macrame. This is what I would do, Janice. You tell me if you agree. I'll come in, I'll macrame over this original macrame like 2 knots. Then I'll send my needles up this old Cameroon.
Mm-hmm.
I'll macrame again here, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll probably glue it down there. Or I could macrame here and glue it down above this one, maybe.
Yeah, I would put some glue on the thread,
Mm-hmm.
going through first the threads going through the old Cameroon. Then I would not. Then I would take some glue and put it on the threads going through the trade bead, the
Mm-hmm.
Venetian trade bead. And then I would put a little glue where you're going to end it before you get to the bloodstone.
Mm-hmm. I'll macrame. My final macrames will be right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can see, so now I'll just come in. I can continue.
Mm-hmm.
My 2 threads are still down here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Yeah.
come here, and I think I'm going to have my old Cameroon. I think I'm going to do another one. So I'm going to tie a couple of macrame knots here. Let me tighten this up. Tighten this up.
And you could do something completely different on the other side.
I could.
You could,
Let's take a look and see what beads we want to use.
or you could use,
Let me just
like you
tie
could
a
add
couple.
an I Ching coin.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a million things you could do.
So I'm thinking here,
Yeah.
I need something, because if I'm going to macrame, come all the way around and leash up this one, I need something that has a nice large hole. So I think I am going to use the old Cameroon here.
Yeah.
So we'll come in. I'll put these 2 in. Now what I would do is I need to macrame a long segment here. so that I'll have macrame coming up and through this disc. Then the ends would come back and knot off right here. Then I'd start a new piece coming down from this side.
It's so pretty.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think what we'll do with this, Janice, I know we bit off a lot with this project, but it's so fun. We have this piece that we want to finish on air for people.
Mm-hmm.
We promised Odyssey, but we'll table Odyssey for another segment like this.
Mm-hmm.
Next Friday, we have the Great Bead D-Stash. So Janice and I we'll get our heads together. We'll get some dates for all of this. So I'll put it in the newsletter so you can mark your calendars.
And don't forget to mark your calendars next Wednesday for Danielle.
Yes, that's why. We could do it next Wednesday, but we can't because we have next week
a rock star project
with new beads.
Totally new beads.
Hang on. Hold the phone.
What are you going to do? Are you showing them? Look at these. These are just...
They're a brand new bead in
14 colors.
14 colors. We have
14?
all 14.
Yeah.
They are gem duos.
Yeah.
In the frozen finish.
Yeah. Frozen matte. They're just...
So we'll have these in. These go live. Do they go live on Tuesday, JP?
They go live at midnight Wednesday, like
Wednesday
at 12 a.m.
12:01.
12:01. Yeah. I had to auction my grandson off to buy these beads.
Yeah, it's crazy. But we have all... Yes, the Venetian, the trade is in the just in.
No, it's in back in.
Back in, sorry, back in.
It's in back in.
I'll open up. Sarah wanted me to open up one of these, so I will.
I posted them right to the top.
Okay,
back
perfect.
in. They were kind of a few rows down because we had just gotten in all of the Picasso 10-aughts that were in the what's the earring?
Oh, the Thanos.
Yeah,
those are back in.
Say jalopy.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Here it is. Look at this.
So
these will be sold by the tube. It would be cool to do this in a layered tube, wouldn't it? But we don't have that kind of time in our lives. But look at this one. This color is, whoops, what happened? What happened?
I don't know.
Hang on.
The camera got so excited.
I know. Hang on. Hold, please. What's the problem here? Oh, hang on. Yeah, it was so exciting. My camo decided to quit. There we go.
Yeah, they really are.
I literally
amazing.
broke the internet.
And Danielle has done 3 samples.
3.
Using all of them in 3 different colorways. It's just...
They have a little texture, not a lot of texture, but just a slight texture. They are the gem duos.
Yeah.
Look at this color. This one is called the Frozen Matte Yellow. Frozen is the word for the coating.
Yeah. They're all beautiful. They're all so beautiful.
Hang on.
Yeah.
They do kind of look like Italian ice, don't they?
Yes, they do. They're just so scrumptious.
I
And
want to
I
open
guess
these.
Matubo is going to be coming out with the frozen mat in Super Duo and
Oh,
Ginkgo and a few other shapes.
this
So
is, Janice, what did you call, this is the chocolate mint. What did we call the chocolate mint?
confusing.
Yeah.
I mean, what did I kept it chocolate mint, didn't
Did
I?
you?
I don't think I didn't change the colors because I didn't want people to get confused,
Yeah.
like with
Look
what
at this one.
Matuba calls it, Matubo, and what we call it. And so I just
This is
I
such
have
a
enough
great color.
things going on without changing the names on these.
So these will go live next Wednesday at 12:01.
Yeah.
And then Danielle has a project.
Yes, that we're going to do on Wednesday. And we better not run out because I bought so many
We
tubes.
did. Orange. Cindy Brooks says she wants to see the orange. I know my hands look atrocious because I was at my studio yesterday working on the sample for our Metalsmiths retreat. Thanks, Ma, for calling that out. Calling out my deficiencies.
Who said something?
They
My
look
mom.
so much better
Out
when
of
you
the bag.
hold them up
Yeah.
out
Don't
of
they?
the bag. Yeah. Yeah, they really do.
Yeah. Look at that.
Then the light tangerine is
That's what this is. This is the
much
matte
pretty
orange.
matte orange.
The tangerine is this one. I'm going to open it.
I'm sorry to tell you, there is no matte orange. You're talking about light tangerine.
No, I'm not, JP. This is light tangerine. Oh,
Well, I'm telling you, it's like, yeah, we have to
okay.
figure this out
Yeah.
because I don't think the photographs really show the colors.
Mm-hmm.
But
This is the cream.
yeah, isn't that pretty?
My
Oh,
mom says she's just admiring my working hands.
yeah.
That's a good one. Good one, Ma. Good one. Yeah, the Metalsmith retreat. If you look on my socials, I did a little preview. I'm going to preview Emily's project too. Emily's project. I think we have it here.
Yes,
Where's the
and
box?
Cindy Brooke, I was just opening up the lookbook. Cindy took second place.
Oh, for the
Yes, for the Born Yesterday. Yeah.
look. Here's Emily's little
Amazing
note.
piece.
Samples for the Fresno retreat. Please return. Let's take a look.
Please return.
Emily's
Oh,
Fresno retreat.
she's saying, I thought that was your handwriting.
No.
Oh, wow.
Let's just layer it all. Let's just be extravagant. Look at these. So Emily is doing metal clay, and it's called the Affirmation necklace. So it says shine. Look at how cute that is.
Can you come a little closer, Kate?
Yeah. Here, let me get rid of these.
Well, it's just they really deserve some respect.
They do. I just like a big pile.
Yeah, that's okay.
Look at this. Look at that little heart.
And
so
she's doing this in PMC, right?
Yeah,
Precious
metal clay.
clay.
Yeah. So Emily's doing the metal clay, and I am doing the I'm doing a like a forged project.
Okay, where are your little rings and stuff? You showed. Can you show those?
I can. Hang on.
Okay.
Look at how pretty these are.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
I'll show you. I'll pull up the so we will be kiln firing. We will be kiln firing at the retreat for sure. We'll have everything that you need. Hang on, let me get this camera. And then I think I have a photo of my project. Hang on.
You can take my camera off.
No, I don't need to. I just need to grab it. Hang on. Hold, please.
Well,
But isn't this gorgeous? It's just so pretty.
Yeah, it really is.
So look at look at how great these look. The front and the back. Look at this little hand.
Well, if you're showing everything, I'm going to show more.
Yeah, do it, JP. Hang on,
Okay.
I'm going to grab this.
So this was a piece while you get your rings.
Yeah, hang on.
This is a piece.
Oh, yes, Janice.
The name of it. These are just little seed beads. You just do each one on its own strand and then do an overhand knot above and below it, and then they look like little beads. And then
You do
this before yesterday. You could separate out. You could add more threads, separate out, put things on each strand, then come back, do some discs sideways, and then at the end, put a loop on. That loop could be redone. It's not very nice. And then instead of cutting the threads off, I just separated them and I made on both sides tassels.
So pretty.
This is too thick for me. Now I know more. I would have dropped some of these threads. There was too much going up and then coming back down and knotting over everything. But I think it's a really pretty piece.
Yeah, it still has a nice.
I must say so myself.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous piece. I love it. And I love those center.
I know. I love them too. This was one we carried for a very brief time.
I'm getting these pictures. Hang on, I'm almost ready.
Okay.
But the Metals Retreat, the info will be up. We've got the date, so you can mark your calendar for the last weekend of April 2026. We're going to take, it's 2 days. You're going to have a full day with Emily, and then you're going to have a full day with me. And it's a Friday and a Saturday. And then that Sunday, we're going to have a little time in my Fresno studio, and we're going to do a little bit of a Fresno art walk. It's going to be fun.
I'm jealous.
It's going to be fun. You should just come out. Let's just use Miles. Here's the rings. I made those yesterday in my studio. And so you're going to do PMC with Emily, and then with me, you're going to learn how to pierce and use your jeweler's saw. And we'll set a little stone in there. And you're going to twist and make those rings. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And Miranda's coming with you, right?
You bet. We couldn't do it without her.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. So yeah, so that info will be up soon. We're going to start taking deposits, and that will be the last weekend of April, right here in the beautiful Fresno, California. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have fun. So, but this piece that Emily did, I mean, you could mix up what Emily did here. You could mix it with some of the things that I'm doing. So we'll have, it's going to be a lot of fun, and it won't be the last one. If all goes well, and I feel that it will, we'll add this to our retreat repertoire. There we go, a little bit closer in.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah, really fun.
Just even one of those is pretty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just or make a pair for earrings. It's just.
It's
Well,
going to be great.
Today we went over, Kate. But I think we
did.
have time.
We just had to, though.
Yeah.
So Janice and I will be back with, I'm going to take this out. I'm going to take this out. There we go.
I'm always flattered when you invite me on with you. I feel like
come on every time.
Kate.
No, it was so fun. So
Good.
So fun. And I think everybody had a great time today. I did. It felt nice and rhythmic and creative. It was all good.
Yeah.
Really fun. So stay tuned. Janice and I will get our heads together. We'll put the dates on the calendar for the finishing. I definitely bit off more than I could chew when I thought we could do Born Yesterday and Odyssey and but you know, I have big dreams and feet of clay.
Yeah.
So
okay. We love you just the way you are.
Well, we'll get into the Odyssey because it's such another great, just a really great bead shop classic. And so, yeah, I will see you next week on Wednesday with Danielle Wicks. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Okay.
That's all I've got.
Okay.
Give us a follow. Give us a like. Shoot us an email if you need any help over at info@beadshop. Use that coupon code. And it's good today only on the 7th of November. And I'll see you next week with Danielle.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a great, safe weekend, everybody.
Thanks so much, everybody.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.